Well, hey diddly doodly. It's October 2024 and Roberts released this rather attractive new DAB Plus radio, the Rambler Uno. This video is going to do a quick review of this unit, and I'm also going to compare it to some other radios. I'm going to compare its audio performance with my trusty old Roberts Sports 925. I've had this for about 25 years and it's been in my bathroom for all that time. So we'll see how the speaker compares on this with the Rambler Uno. Also going to compare it to my beloved, wonderful little Roberts Petite 2. This is a fantastic little palm-sized brick. Great radio. Can this match up to the larger Rambler Uno? Also, just for fun, I'm going to compare it to the Tribit Stormbox Micro 2 as well, because this radio and this radio can also be used as Bluetooth speakers. So are you better off buying a dedicated Bluetooth speaker, or is this all-in-one kind of affair going to be a better option? This is really quite small and portable, but does sound great for its size. I don't have a bigger portable Bluetooth speaker such as the JBL Flip 6 to compare it to. So yeah, let's just see how the Rambler Uno stacks up against something small and portable like the Tribit. So as you can see on the box, it's a DAB Plus, FM, Bluetooth, portable radio, designed and engineered in the UK, made in China. I think Sangjian make all Roberts radios now, so yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Sangjian are a greart company. So in the box you get a little paper instruction manual. I haven't referred to that yet. I think it's quite intuitive to use. And a traditional wall wart, a plug with a proprietary old-fashioned charging connector. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You go on the back of the unit, there's the charging port there, headphone out, and a lock button, which is good for locking the buttons when you're transporting it so you don't activate anything. But yeah, not sure I like this choice, because if you wanted to use this, take this away on holiday, say, with you, you're going to have to take this with you. It's an extra plug, cable, and on the Petite 2, it's just USB-C charging of it and an internal battery on there. So your cable that you're taking for your phone and everything will also charge this, which is quite convenient compared to having to take this lump with you as an extra item. I don't know about that. Not sure why they've done that. As I said, the Roberts Petite 2 has an internal 2600 milliamp hour inbuilt battery that can be recharged with a USB-C cable. So this has the strange choice of the proprietary wall wart, but it also is portable, but it doesn't have a built-in battery. Instead, it takes 4 AA's. Again, I'm not sure whether I like that or not. Some people will much prefer having replaceable AA batteries versus an inbuilt rechargeable battery that once it runs out, it's going to be really hard to replace. Oh, just while I remember as well, there's a little switch in here. If you're using disposable batteries, you have to switch it to that setting. If you're using rechargeable batteries, you have to flick it to that setting, and it will charge these batteries then whilst it's in the machine, which is good. The Roberts Petite 2 has a battery life of about 20 hours. I've actually had this running over 20 hours on a single charge. Couldn't really find any battery life indications, official battery life stats online anywhere about this one. I've currently had it running at 6 hours and 13 minutes on battery, and it is still showing 2 out of 3 bars, so I don't know, it's maybe going to last for 10-12 hours I would have estimated. But like I say, it does charge the rechargeable batteries whilst it's plugged into the wall. So it's bigger and heavier than the Petite 2. I absolutely love the way the Petite 2 looks. That is just gorgeous. But the Roberts Rambler, the old original Rambler, is my favourite radio. I absolutely love it. I've still got an old working one, and I've got to say, this looks absolutely gorgeous. It's a small unit, but it really does look like an updated version of the 1970s Ramblers, which I just think are absolutely beautiful. This is, I think, the 4th model of the Rambler they've released. There was the Rambler Bluetooth, which sounded just dreadful. The Rambler Bluetooth Stereo, which was a much bigger unit, bigger than this for sure, which I haven't heard. and the Roberts Rambler Mini, which is slightly smaller and lighter than this, but all made of plastic. The whole thing was plasticky. That's not a bad little radio, but this has got real bamboo wood sides. You've got this leatherette covering, which looks and feels amazing. This is more like an authentic Roberts radio of old. It's solid, it's weighty, it's just gorgeous, I think. What do you reckon? Comes with a built-in telescopic aerial. I must say reception on this radio has been absolutely fantastic. It can be a bit dodgy on DAB where I live downstairs in my house, but this has had no problems at all, whereas this one sometimes does struggle a bit depending on where I put it. Reception on this one's been absolutely rock solid. Let's have a little look at the layout. Power button there, single press, and it boots up in about 4 seconds. It's a twisty dial for volume, which is great versus the buttons for volume up and down on the Petite 2, which is no hassle, but it's just really nice, quicker, more convenient to have a twisty knob there for volume. Switches off instantly when you press the button again. And like I say, that's about a 4-second boot up time, which is pretty good. Really great feature of this radio is if you press and hold the power button, it'll bring up your sleep timer. You then use the other knob to select that, which is a really convenient way to access your sleep timer if you like to fall asleep listening to the radio, which as I do. This button selects your modes. So currently on DAB, press it again, it goes to FM. Press it again, it goes into Bluetooth pairing mode. Bluetooth pairing is really quick and really convenient. That's good. This next button accesses the different display options on there. Byte rate, all that. Signal strength, all that date. And there's your information which scrolls. The screen's really nice on this, I must say. It's on the top of the unit, which is a little inconvenient compared to the display on the Petite 2, which is on the front. So if this is on a shelf or something, the display is tiny on this unit, but it is facing forward so you can see info at a glance. This one, you'll have to tip it or you'll have to stand up and look from the top. Minor inconvenience. This is keeping the classic form factor, isn't it? So I don't mind that at all. Then you've got 2 dedicated preset buttons. Radio 4 on that one. I can't remember what I've put on that one. Jazz FM on that one. And then if you press this little heart button, it'll access your saved presets. So that's good. To save 2 presets, you scroll through, find a station you want. Select it. Press and hold the heart button, find an empty slot, click that button and preset 5 is saved. Like I say, press that and you can scroll through your presets there. And I think it said 20 presets can be stored on DAB and FM. And you press and hold this selector button to do a scan. Pressing and holding that button also brings a subset of extra menus. In the system menu as well, press that one to select. Is an equalizer setting, timer, date settings, brightness, language, blah blah blah. Must say, I did find this a little bit shy of mid and treble at low volumes, so I just added a +1 on the treble, left the bass as is, and then there's a loudness thingy there, which is on by default. I've just left that on. Doesn't seem to make much difference whether that's on or off. Okay, the Petite 2 is 450 grams. And what's this one? About 700, 800 grams, I think. Ooh, I don't know. It's too heavy for my thingy. So it's a fair bit weightier, the Rambler Uno is, than the Petite 2. I'm going to estimate it sort of 600 grams, I think. Roundabouts for that one. Let me know if that's wrong or not. So yeah, it's an absolutely stunning looking and feeling unit. Roberts finally got the design spot on with this. It's compact. Looks beautiful, feels great in the hand. A little bit unsure about having to have the extra wall wart plug to charge it or to power it, and I'm not sure how I feel about having the AA batteries to power it. Say 10-12 hours use on those versus 20 hours plus on the USB-C charging inbuilt battery of the Petite 2. But the most important thing of any piece of audio gear is how does it sound? It's got to sound immeasurably better than the Roberts Sports 925, hasn't it? It's bigger than the Petite too, so it's gonna sound better than that, right? And the speakers in here are bigger than in something like the Tribit Stormbox Micro 2, so is it going to sound better than that? Let's have a little listen and see.
West, promising to improve democracy and move Georgia closer to Europe, but he soon felt snubbed, looked down on by the US in particular.
The reception in the West really shocked him. And
Ivanishvili became Prime Minister. There was a tad underprepared, remembers Neil Macfarlane, Professor Emeritus of International Relations at the University of Oxford.
I was called as capital overnight.
Bidzina blaming the president's antagonistic stance towards Russia, which subsequently led to war between the two countries, though Lincoln Mitchell isn't convinced that was the real reason. After Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, he appeared to do a 180-degree U-turn, reversing Georgia's long-standing alignment with the West.
In 1718. That is correct. Chip and Dale, Thomas Chippendale. Unlike the person who finished one place ahead of Mike Tyndall in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Thomas Chippendale. Now, nobody in West Yorkshire would even be able to watch the chase if it wasn't for the tallest freestanding tower in the United Kingdom.
So yeah, on listening to those samples, I think it's fair to say that this is a really nice sounding little unit. Roberts has done a great job with this. It doesn't quite sound as lively as I hoped it would. It's definitely got a much nicer, richer, fuller, warmer sound than this. But to me, the Petite 2 sounds really just balanced, nicely balanced. As a little personal radio, you're not going to be having parties with this on. You potentially could have a small party with this one on, but particularly at lower listening levels, like at night, I sometimes quite like to listen to the radio when falling asleep. This one's perfectly balanced at low volumes, whereas this one can sound a little bit muddy at really low listening volumes. So yeah, for me it's a tough decision. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, this, and it does sound great, but for my uses, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, or just stick to my Petite 2. Downstairs in the lounge, I've got a really nice sound system in there. In the kitchen, I've got a large Echo Studio speaker. This can't possibly compete with that. So as much as I want it and want to keep it, and think it's gorgeous. I just don't know whether for me personally I can justify spending 130 quid on something when I've already got this. This does sound better. I don't know. What do you guys think of it anyway? Let me know your thoughts. I would like to try the Roberts Rambler Max as well, which is much bigger unit. I would assume sounds much better. That's got internet radio on it as well, which again, DAB is okay. Internet radio is a whole nother world of choice and selections, isn't it though? So half of me thinks, well, I've got my iPhone there. I can pair that up with a portable Bluetooth speaker, and I've got at my fingertips any radio station in the entire world that I want. I don't have to listen to the naff British middle-of-the-road radio selections. So, yeah. What do you think? I hope that was useful. I do think this is a beautiful unit, and it sounds really good. What do you reckon? Adios, amigos. Hasta luego.